friends, welcome to your practice. My name is Fernanda, in case we don't know each other yet. Thank you so much for being here. And in today's flow, I prepared a sequence for us with quite a bit of back bending or heart openers. And I wanted this class to be a reminder that every single time that you hop on your mat to practice some yoga, you're never truly doing it alone, and even less only for yourself, right? Yoga helps us remember that we are part of something way bigger than ourselves, and that every single work that we do here on the mat, it's being done, of course, internally, but it's also going to be reflected and felt by everybody else around us outwards, right? So let's make this practice a big heart opener of celebration of the power of yoga and the power of community as well. So let's begin in a comfortable seated position. We're just going to take 3 breaths together to ground. So find your seat, rest your hands onto your knees or on your laps, soften your shoulders. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, side out. Take a full breath in. And a deep breath out. Last round, deep inhale. Open mouth to release. And then just bring the hands together in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. Bow the head forward and down in deep gratitude for the yoga practice and for being able to practice together today. And then just open up your eyes, come into all fours, tabletop position. So come into the hands and knees, right away spreading wide through all of your fingers. You can start to find a few rounds of cats and cows in here, or feel free to start adding any other more intuitive movement that you'd like to explore. Maybe you find some waves back and forth like I'm doing in here towards Cobra and Child's Pose. You can also find some barrel rolls with the whole spine and head. And big circular movements all the way around can also feel quite good. So just choose whatever you want to do and explore any pattern of movement as you keep connecting, feeling, noticing the breath. You have one more full round of breath in and breath out. And then pause here in this tabletop position. Start to pop onto your fingertips on both of your hands. So imagine that you have something underneath your palms that you do not want to squish it. And then take a breath in to extend your right leg all the way up. Reach it back behind you, lift and lengthen. Take one last inhale. When you exhale, start to bend your right knee, flex your toes. Imagine that you want to kick your heel all the way up towards the ceiling, the sky, or whatever it is that you're practicing today, but way up. Keep gazing down towards the mat in between your hands. And then keep your right hand on the floor. Reach your left hand all the way back and around towards your back foot. It doesn't matter if you can hold the foot or not. But if you can, go ahead and hold into the ankle. And then kick the foot into the hand. Push the hand into the foot. Little back bend. And then next inhale, release your left hand down. Extend your right leg back. When you exhale, bring the right knee into your chest, round your spine, and then let your right toes come down on the mat, very close to your left knee. Drop your right knee down on the mat. From here, start to extend your back leg, your left leg, tuck your toes, and then slide your hips all the way back until your glute, your right glute, comes in contact with your right heel. Hands are still onto the fingertips. Let's take 2 rounds of cat and cow in here. So inhale, look forward. Exhale, gaze down, round your spine. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. From here, just bring both of your knees together at the back of the mat. Readjust in your tabletop position. If you want, you can plant your palms firmly down on the mat for the second round. But here we go with the left side. So inhale to extend your left leg all the way back. Lots of length from the crown of the head towards your back heel. And then start to bend your back knee. Imagine that you want to click, like really punch the ceiling or whatever it is that is on the top of you with the heel. Good. And then keep the left hand on the mat. You're going to reach your right hand forward, up, and all the way around and back towards your back foot. Keep gazing down to the mat or even up in front of you. If you're holding on the ankle, remember, create a little bit of tension in between ankle and hand and ankle. Last inhale. Exhale. When you inhale again, release the foot. Bring your right hand down. Take a breath out, bring the knee into your chest, round your spine, curl it in, and then let the left toes land on the mat, left knee lands on the mat. Fully extend your right leg back and slide your hips all the way back until you bring hip towards the heel. Hands stay low, or you can come a little higher on the fingertips again, but 2 rounds of cats and cows. Inhale, gaze up. Exhale, round your spine. Full breath in and breath out. Good. Lower your right knee down. Bring your left knee to meet your right and find a seat onto your heels now. Hands are going to come back behind you. Fingertips are pointing away from you. Start to roll the shoulders up, back and down. Feel a really good length happening through the side bodies. Imagine that your heart's pumping up. Opening the heart to remember that we're part of something way bigger than ourselves. Last inhale. When you exhale, plant your hands at the top of the mat. Come into your first downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, send your hips all the way up. Feel free to bend one knee at a time in here if you want to give a good warm up for the back of the legs, for the hamstrings, calves. Last round of breath in and breath out. Start to pause the movement with the legs. Find stillness in this downward facing dog. Pushing strongly through your hands down into the mat. See if you can roll your biceps more alongside your ears. So you create a little bit more space in between shoulders and ears. Last breath. And then take a breath in to look forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, walk or hop there, find a forward fold. Hands come to your shins, elevate your spine halfway. When you exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reach up, up, up. When you exhale, let the hands land right in front of your heart. Take a few rounds of breath in here. It does take a lot of courage. It takes a lot of love, a lot of openness into the heart to be able to really participate in a community, to really participate in something bigger than ourselves, right? So really breathe into that feeling of opening the heart for that, to recognize that, how important that is, how special that is. And then we're going to do our standing warm-up with a Surya Namaskar A. So take a full breath in to reach both hands all the way up to the sky. When you exhale, hinge at your hips, little bend on the knees and fold. Inhale, hands come to the shins, elevate your spine halfway. Plant your hands down, walk or step your feet back, come into a plank pose. For the plank pose, as always, the knee can be up, but if you want to bring it down for more support, you can. Most important thing though is to really keep pushing your hands down into the earth so you feel your upper back rounding a little bit more. Take a last breath in. When you exhale, hinge forward, bend the elbows, lower all the way down, chaturanga. Inhale, little cobra, back bend. When you breathe out, downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, look forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, walk or hop there, forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, reach up. Exhale, hands in front of the heart. Second warm up with fearless heart, namaskar, a little bit different. So here we go, inhale, reach all the way up. When you exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. When you exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot to the back of the mat, lower your back knee down. Inhale, hands go all the way up to the sky. When you exhale, plant your hands back down, downward facing dog, step your foot back. Inhale, roll forward, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, lower. Inhale for a back bend. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step it through, lower the back knee down. Inhale, hands go all the way up to the sky. When you exhale, forward fold at the top of the mat, Uttanasana. Halfway lift, take a breath in, long spine. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up, get long and tall, Urdhva Hasta. Exhale, hands to the heart, breathe out. Other side, inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath in, halfway lift. When you exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot to the back of the mat, lower the back knee down. Inhale, both hands go up. When you exhale, plant your hands down, downward facing dog, step back. Inhale, roll forward, find your plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, back bend. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach your right leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, step it through, lower your left knee down, arms go up, breathe in. Exhale, step forward, forward fold, hands down. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway. And fold, breathe out. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, reach up. Exhale, let the hands land in front of the heart. And then just rest your arms alongside your body. 3 rounds of breath in here. Feel this flow of energy moving through you. That's the power of yoga. That it's here again to remind us that we're never truly alone. We're connected to a big web, that it goes far beyond the eyes can see. Last breath. And then open up your eyes, reach both hands all the way up to the sky. When you exhale, bring your hands onto your hips. Take a big step with your left foot to the back of the mat. Crescent lunge. So spike your back heel, square both sides of your hips forward, and then take an inhale, reach both hands all the way up to the sky. When you exhale, bend the elbows, find cactus. You really give it like a good squeeze on the shoulder blades in here. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale for cactus. Last inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus with back bend. And then keep your arms back there, so really opening through the chest. Just bring your fingertips to touch in front of you as you're still squeezing the shoulder blades. So hands are gonna be in front of the heart. You're gonna float forward into a warrior 3. So still squeezing the back body, float your back leg up, lift up. Gazing down on the mat, shoulders away from the ears. Flex your back toes. If you wobble, embrace it, honor it. It's all part of the fun. Last breath. And then from here, start to bend your back knee. Imagine that you want to punch the ceiling with your heel like we did before. Hands can stay in front of the heart, or maybe you reach them back like airplanes. Maybe you even hold onto your left ankle with both of your hands. If you have a strap or a belt, anything that you can wrap around the ankle, it could totally work as well. Right knee is a little bend. Last breath. Good. We're going to open into a half moon. So fully extend your left leg, right hand down to the mat, to the block, to your water bottle. Whatever, it's there, but then reach your left hand up to the sky. Keep really peeling your left hip open and open. Final breath. And then warrior 2 is where we land. So put your left toes, left foot back down. Readjust. Take a breath. All right, gazing forward. Last inhale. Exhale. When you inhale, twisted runner's lunge. Left hand cartwheels forward and down on the mat. Spike your back heel, right hand up to the sky. Really think about sending the back of your throat back, the back of your ears back. Opening the heart center. And then from here, we're going to come into a side plank pose. So with the next inhale, you can either choose if you want to step your feet together to come into the side plank Vashisthasana. Please remember, you can always have your your left knee down on the mat as you keep extending your right leg back. And then start to float your right leg up wherever you are. Last inhale. When you exhale, wild thing. Step your right foot behind you. Really scoop your hips up, heart up. Right hand goes now up and over your head as you gaze up. If your knee's down, you're looking just like me. Otherwise, left leg is fully extended. Last breath. Good. Plank pose. Right hand down to the mat. Belly down. Last breath in. When you exhale, chaturanga, lower. Inhale for back bend. Exhale, child's pose. Send your hips towards your heels, forehead down to the mat. And if the wrists are a little bit tender, you can close your hands on a fist. Find some circles on both sides. Breathing really deep, slowly, wide through the nose. Last breath in. Breath out. And then come into a downward facing dog. Hands push down on the mat, hips go up. The next time you inhale, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold again. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand, reach up. Exhale, hands land in front of your heart. Full breath in. Out. And then just bring your hands onto your hips. You're gonna keep now your left foot at the top of the mat and then step your right foot all the way back. Crescent lunge. So arrive into the shape. Enjoy that the hands are here on the hips to help you square both sides of the hips forward. And then re-extend the arms up, inhale. When you exhale, cactus, bend the elbows, squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows, back bend, open heart. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, bend the elbows and go all the way back to your back bend, and then pause in here. Elbows and shoulders are gonna stay back. Fingertips come to lightly touch in front of you. Keep that same heart open in your upper body. Start to float forward into a warrior three. So lean the head forward, float your back leg up. Shoulders are still away from the ears. Lots of strength, muscle strength on both of your legs in here. Last breath in this warrior three. And then start to bend your back knee. Flex your right toes. Stay in here or airplane your arms, maybe possibly even hold onto your right ankles. If you do, keep clicking the heel up, sending the shoulders up. Last breath. And then open into a half moon. Left hand down, fully extend your right leg long, right arm up to the sky. Getting long in all directions, intentionally celebrating that every single breath you're taking in here, you're not doing it alone. I'm here on the other side of the screen, going through the challenge with you. Here we go, last breath. Warrior two, let it land, right foot to the back of the mat. Take a full round of breath. And the next time you inhale, twisted runner's lunge. Right hand down to the mat, spike your back heel, lift your left arm all the way up. And really be conscious about trying to truly open your heart back. So it's like a big back bend with a twist. Take one more breath. Good. Side plank pose, Vashisthasana, it's what's coming next. So either step your feet together or bring your right knee down like we did on the other side. Make your choice. But then start to float your left leg all the way up. Squeeze the glutes, feel the strength into the core. Last breath. And then a wild thing, step the left foot behind you, squeeze the hips, heart up, left hand up and overhead. Hello, plant. Last breath. And then flip it down, plank pose. Take an inhale. When you exhale, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, back bend. Breathe out, child's pose. 5 rounds of breath in here. After your final round of breath, you can bring your hands right next to your knees, push yourself up, come and find a seat onto your heels. We're going towards our final big shape, which is going to be camel pose. There are many different ways we can perform camel. I'm going to show you 2 of them so you can choose which one fits you best today. Okay, so first one, you can simply just bring the hands back behind you on the floor. Fingers are pointing away from you, like we did in the beginning of class, kind of like a little baby camel. So roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Lengthen the sides of your body, back and front, towards the sky. You can stay low in here with your hips as they are already, or maybe start to float your hips up and away from your heels any amount. Imagine that you're squeezing something between your thighs so the legs don't spread wide. Or if you want the second option, you can start to tuck your toes in here. Bring the hands towards your heels. Keep it there as you lift fully your hips up and away from the heels. Lengthen the heart up. Wherever you are, you have 3 more rounds of breath. Letting this be a reminder that we're never truly alone. We're part of something really, really big. How does that make you feel? Knowing that you support and you are also supported. And then slowly bring your hips down if it was up. If the toes were tucked, you can untuck. Come and find a cross-legged seat. Rest your hands onto your lap or onto your knees. You can let the eyes soften, or maybe you fully close them. And just take a few rounds of breath in here to notice how you are feeling right now. To notice everything that's happening from the skin inside. All the feelings, sensations and sensations that we all feel as human beings, right? Embracing all of it. Last full breath in. Exhale out through the mouth. Good. And then in here, you can just blink your eyes open if it was fully closed. And we're gonna start to cool down, so come onto our backs to do some very relaxing poses before Shavasana. But I just wanted to leave you an invite if you wanna practice in person with me, more specifically my home country, Brazil, next year. This is my invitation for you to come with me on one of my 2 retreats that I'll be leading there next year. If you want more information about that, you can find on the description below. But let's come down onto our backs. And as soon as you get there, just start to hug both knees into your chest. Arms can come around the legs as you just sway your body side to side. Shoulders are soft. You're really feeling your lower back grounded on the mat. Last final big breath in. Breath out. And then pause the sway side to side. Bring soles of the feet together, knees out to the side. So Supta Baddha Konasana, supine bound angle pose. You can bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. And as you breathe in here, really envision your spine getting longer and longer, settling more and more down towards the mat. And again, just notice how you feel. Start to let the breath become a little bit slower, a lot more deeper. And then take your last inhale. When you exhale, extend both legs. Let the arms also go long alongside your body. Start to come into your final shape, Shavasana. In here, notice if you're holding any tension still in your physical body, in your mind, or maybe even in your heart. And as you breathe, be very conscious, very aware, like say it to yourself that you're ready to release that tension. Remember that you are not practicing ever alone. You're part of something bigger, part of a community, part of a big web of love. And then I just want to invite you to stay in the Shavasana for at least 10 more rounds of breath. Truly enjoy it, truly savor it. And I thank you so very much for practicing with me today. I'll see you on the next class. Namaste.